up my rocker, I got horns on my halo. I'm a holy sinner cause I'm perfect, but I ain't though. I was born in the rain, I was raised in the fire. I drink all day and fuck the devil's letting. When the angels fell, we all got high. I'ma give from hell until I get to heaven.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Dead Noise. I'm Chris, and with me today is a familiar face and friend of the channel, Mr. Doobie himself. How you doing?
Doobster is in the house. I'm doing good, man. I woke up about 2 hours ago, so I've had more than enough sleep. If I'm still feeling bad, then I got the issue.
Hey, early bird gets the whiskey, right?
You're damn spanky. Waiting on that right now, actually, as we speak.
First things first, you are currently on the road supporting Nothing More, and it's your first full-fledged rock tour. I know you did a rock performance, I think. Was it Summer of Sins Fest you did a rock show?
Yeah, so we did Summer of Sins Festival a few months back. That was like the introduction, if you will, to the new Doobie live show with the band and whatnot. But this is our first time on a full official rock tour, so it's exciting. It's day 2, so we'll see how much more exciting it gets.
I know you got a lot of sold out shows coming up, this one included, here at the Ritz in Raleigh. I know the first show was in Silver Spring, Maryland at the Fillmore, fantastic venue. I'm just really curious, with that being the kickoff to this tour, how was that for setting the tone, and how do you think the rest of the tour is going to go?
I'm gonna be honest, first day is always the worst day. And just because you got to get acclimated, it's tours, and then not only that, we're on it's new, you know what I'm saying? Everything is brand new. I'm used to being the headliner. I'm not used to coming in being the opener, which is new, but I know how to grind, so I'm not really tripping. But that first day, we went out there and fucking crushed it.
I bet.
And we looked good doing it.
I saw one video, I think Jackie put it on her story, and I saw a little bit of the stage setup, and I was like, man, this is going to be exciting, because I've never gotten to see you live even when you were rapping, but I'm mostly here for you. Nothing against Nothing More, nothing against the other bands, but I'm hella hyped to see your set. How long is your set, like 25 minutes?
Yeah, so they gave me about a half an hour, a nice little 30 piece, but it's cool because we can go out there and give 200% and not be as tired as these other guys who got to do it for like an hour and a half. I commend y'all, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not mad at it.
Well, and you also have the benefit of, like, your songs, a lot of them are on the shorter end, like around the 2-minute mark, so you can still fit in a ton of music in that time frame.
It's like, most bands probably in a 30-minute frame, they're probably getting 4 or 5 songs, if that. I think we got like 9 total songs, almost 10. So
that's almost a full record.
Yeah, and I ain't mad at it. Like I said, hey, we can go out there, punch you in the mouth, and then leave.
Do you hang out at merch at all, or do you just come straight here?
Yeah, so we obviously, you do your meet and greets and stuff at merch, but at the end of every show, always go to the merch booth, stand around, because especially in a situation like this, there's all these new fans that you have the opportunity to touch and like interact with. But even like on my headline shows, we've always done after the merch booth, like, hey, meet me at the merch afterwards. I'll sign some shit, hang out, take some pictures. I feel like if an artist doesn't do that, you don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself.
Yeah.
And you probably don't deserve to even have fans. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. But my brother Highlight and I, like, we've always prided ourselves on that. Like, no, you go out there, touch the fans, interact with them, show them some love, because these people are paying their hard-earned money to come see you. And it's like the least you can do. You know what I'm saying? They deserve that.
And what was the reception like from the fans that you got to meet in Silver Spring? That maybe not have heard of you before.
It was crazy because I've never been to Silver Spring. Oh. We don't really do Maryland a lot. Like, honestly, like never. So the love that we received, I was kind of blown away. Like I said, first day is supposed to be the worst day. Yeah. But if that was our worst day, we're gonna have a good ass tour. I was just thankful they seemed to love it, and I'm happy. It's kind of nervous because my version of rock and metal is so different
Yeah.
from these other guys. You know, we have that rap element,
Yeah.
and it's very different, but it's cool. You stick out like a sore thumb, which is fine with me. I don't really want to fit in, so
Who does?
you know, I'd
It's
rather do my
boring.
own thing.
There's this dive bar in Wilmington, a little bit where I'm from, and the marquee always says, "Normal is a setting on a washing machine, not a human being." And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, that's accurate.
That's actually sick. Yeah. Hey, normal's a setting on a washing machine. I don't even know how to say the word. It's not a human.
Not a- So last year was a really big year for you. You were on the NASCAR. You had the Summer of Sins Fest. You had a couple collab tracks, including one with Josie Scott. But most importantly, what I'm most excited to talk with you about, you had the release of your debut rock record, "Give 'Em Hell Till You Get to Heaven," one of my favorite albums of the year. So I'm really curious because the first time we talked, you were a little bit nervous crossing into rock music, but now it's been almost a year since the record come out. So how do you feel this far removed? Like, is it more of a relief for you than it was then?
Yeah, because like now the product's out and it's got to sit and it's got to be perceived and you know listened to, so it kind of helps you with that understanding. Them like pre-show jitters that you know us artists get. That's how I felt about the album. I'm like, man, it's a new genre. Even though I know who I am as a person, it's just like, how is this going to be perceived?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you know, some people don't get it still, but others do. And the most important thing is like I'm just doing what makes me happy, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I could really care less. Like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Fuck off.
That's the most important mindset to have about it too, because I think you said in the announcement for the record, you're like, this record is about me killing my ego, not caring about what other people think, and it's just me being myself. And that really comes through across the album because there's a lot of different layers to it. And obviously you still have the rap in there. For anybody who thinks he completely abandoned rap, there's so much rapping on this album.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable. Which it kind of leads me to my next question. You have a couple covers on the album, and one of them was "Click Click Boom" with Josie Scott, and that was pretty much a no-brainer. But one that threw me for a loop was actually the album closer, and it was "Mother." I'm really curious, like, what made you want to cover that song?
I'm gonna be honest. I grew up listening to heavy metal and rock and roll my whole life. That was my first love. My mother is the reason why, and she used to love that song, and it was kind of like I was gonna do an Alice in Chains song, but I kind of felt like that would have been easy to guess.
That's fair.
And I was like, okay, let's do something that no one would expect me to do, but also like it's kind of like a pay homage to my mother in a sense for giving me the gift of rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that's just where it comes from, and it was left field. Sometimes I like to be pretty left field.
Yeah, definitely had me by surprise because like I don't discount your love for rock music because I just knew how much you loved it by talking with you last time. But just the options of what you could have covered, I was very surprised to see Mother, but it was a very good surprise because that's such a banger, and you did very well with it.
Thank you. That was the only thing I was nervous about. I was like, okay, now the OG rock and metal heads, they might not like this, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Home runs work.
Home runs work. That was a good one.
And you did have a couple different features from all styles of music, and I'm kind of curious, like, was there a specific one that stuck out to you, whether it was their contribution to the song or just having them be a part of the album cycle? Because I know you've worked with Yellow Wolf so much over the years, so to have him on this record was really cool.
Yeah, Yellow Wolf like means a lot to me just because, like you said, just in the past we've worked together for so many years, and Wolf has continued to just be such a help in my career. I mean, from Early Bird Gets the Whiskey, being in the music video, he was there for fucking all day. He was there before I got there.
Jesus.
You know, and like
that's commitment.
and that's the thing, like you appreciate things like that because it's not so much about the cosign. It's just knowing, like, hey, man, like someone believes in that, and to get it from an artist that's so popular and so loved in his space, in our space, it means the world to me. Like, Wolf didn't have to be a part of it, and I actually played the album for him before we even did our record.
Oh.
And he was nervous at first. He was like, okay, I ain't gonna lie. When you told me you're doing this, I was not really for it. And he was like, well, but then I heard it, and he's like, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that reassurance, it means the world. And then, like, so that, like, it's anytime Wolf raps, it stands out to me just because that dude can fucking rap.
Yeah.
And he's a rock star. I've watched it firsthand. Like, he's a rock star. But then also on the flip side of the coin, you got a guy like Johnny Hawkins, right, who, forgive me, Johnny, if I'm wrong, who really doesn't know much about rap.
Yeah.
That's not his gig. And he could have been, like, super harsh and be like, I don't want to be a part of this, But he wasn't. He wanted to be a part of it, and he did. And that came with this opportunity to be on the tour as well. So I am thankful for the artists featured on my album. And Josie Scott's kind of like a full circle moment because my mom was, she did her touring thing, helping out bands over the years. And she used to talk about Josie and everybody, Seven Dust, Saliva, all them guys, Drowning Pool.
Def Leppard.
Yeah, Def Leppard for sure. Tesla.
Soil.
So, like, that was kind of full circle moment. When I told my mom me and Josie were going to reimagine Click Click Boom, she, like, lost her shit. So shout out to all the features on the album. They didn't have to be a part of nothing. They have their own things going on, but they did. And not only did they just do the feature, they promoted the songs.
Yeah,
which
that's a huge part too.
That's more. They could have just been like, okay, we're done, fuck off.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So shout out to those guys, man, for sure.
That I didn't think of this question, but how did your mom kind of react when you told her that you were going to be doing more rock music? Because I know that she was a huge part in your upbringing of loving rock music. So how excited was she to see you dive more into that side of music and get a little bit further from rap?
I think, like, at first I couldn't tell. I think she was just like, okay, you're making, because she's just going to support me, whatever.
Fair.
But then when she started hearing the music, she was like, Eric, this is it. She was like, this is, and also a lot of my rap stuff, my mom can't really, like, listen to like that.
Yeah.
It's not really like her speed, So that was another issue that I was having. I'm like, man, I can't, like, some of these songs, they're so big, but, like, I can't, like, you can't go certain places and play this,
Yeah.
So with the rock stuff, it kind of was for everyone to enjoy. And I think when she heard it, she was like, this is all the years of me raising you on this just coming out naturally. It was so natural. Like, I didn't feel like I had to overextend it and just, like, reach, you know what I'm saying? It was just there. And I think she loves it. She's like, yes. She's all for it. She's like, please do this forever.
That's always fun to have a supportive parent like that. I know for me, my dad got me into rock music. My mom kind of listens to everything. She loves hip-hop, ironically. And when I showed them your music, my mom instantly was like, Early Bird Gets the Whiskey. She loved it.
Let's go. Shout out to Mom.
And the same with my dad. Like, when he heard Worth a Shot on Octane, he was like, oh, this is the one.
Let's go, dude.
I have my favorites, but I want to hear what yours are as the person who wrote the record. Like, because there's so many different avenues that the album goes into lyrically. So do any specific songs stick out to you more so than the others?
I mean, I love them all, obviously. That's the cliche answer. Probably like Beauty and the Boogeyman, just because it's very personal to me, like, in just my struggles with addiction and just, like, growing as a human being and, like, learning to let go of things that aren't good for you, and it's okay, and losing people along the way because they want you to be the old person that you were, but you're like, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
Like, I want better for myself, and you're trying to make me feel guilty about that. And that's tough to deal with sometimes, but we're still going to get through it and be better. That's the goal. The goal is to be better than yesterday. So Boogeyman means a lot to me. And I ain't gonna lie, Click Click Boom and Mother like really mean a lot to me.
I bet.
Like, I was nervous for Mother just because it's not expected, but I think we pulled it off really well, and I was just proud of the outcome. And then Click Click Boom really meant a lot to me because just like how I met Josie, and he was just instantly like, dude, we have to reimagine Click Click Boom. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, I don't believe this right now, you know? And we did it, and that meant the world to me. I grew up listening to Josie and Saliva, and like, it's cool. It's a full circle moment that I got to experience firsthand, and it meant the world to me.
Yeah, I thought that was a really interesting way, like, because any person that covers a song, they'll normally just do it word for word, and even do
Right.
the same exact melodies. But the fact that you actually changed the lyrics up and fit it to your style, I thought was so impressive.
That was Josie. I like reimagined. I was like, yeah, we're gonna do it different, but like I'm gonna sing your lyrics, your stuff, and we were sitting there because he came out to Nashville and we did it together.
Oh.
It wasn't like sent over or nothing. Like we did it together, and he was like, dude, I want you to make it your own.
Wow.
And he wrote the damn song. So I'm like, are you sure? Like this gets even better. I'm like, I can rap for sure. Like that's easy for me. And I just wanted just to have his blessing, and that meant the world. Like he was for it. And then when I did it, he was pumped, and then he wrote his verse. He even did new lyrics, and I was like, dude, this is cool. This is something different, special, more special than what I was even thinking about, you know?
Yeah, you guys make for a really good tag team because the other single that you guys did together, I'm like, wow. Yeah, I'm waiting for you
Dude.
two to do a tour together, honestly.
Hey, I just said this shit. I was like, man, next tour, hey, Josie, you got to come out, man, because it's just necessary.
Now, my personal favorites are the opening, Till I Get to Heaven, and of course, Not Enough Souls. I think those two just really stuck out to me for some reason over the other. I love the whole record. There's not a weak song on it, but for some reason I always go back to those two. So I'm really curious, like, if you have any specific memories that kind of stick out to you from making those two tracks.
Until I Get to Heaven was the third song I ever cut for this album.
Wow.
The first song we cut didn't even make the album. The second song we cut was Early Bird Gets the Whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Third song was Until I Get to Heaven, and my producer and co-writer Andrew Bayless and Connor Matthews actually came to Columbus for this first session, and I walked in the studio and I was like, dude, can we just make some badass shit? I don't even know I don't know what type of direction I could give you. It just has to be badass, like just badass. And so we kind of came up with like just like this heavier, almost like new metal-ish vibe, and I was like, this is how I would say it, but like how could we say it differently, you know, to make it more rock leaning, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I kind of want to do something that's out of my norm. I want to do something that I haven't done. I want to scream, and that was like the first time I ever screamed. That was the first time I ever did anything like that, and I was like, okay, we could actually do this. And it sounded good. And I was like, well, this is it.
I think we got something here.
Yeah.
How about Not Enough Souls?
Not Enough Souls. So I had that idea, but that time we cut it in Nashville. And we're just kind of going over lyrics and stuff. And I wanted it to be more ballady, but like at the same time, like very catchy and stuff. All my songs are so personal.
Yeah.
They're very... I feel like people abandon the lyrics sometimes nowadays. And I'm one of them guys, like, I go off feeling, but I have to understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what
It's
moves
kind of
me.
important.
That's what moves me. It's like if you're saying something. Some people sound good saying nothing, and it works.
Yeah.
I want to sound good, but sound good saying something. And that's just one of them personal songs, you know? Look around you, like... People just don't have that grit, that character, that coolness anymore. Like everyone's so like drawn off. They don't want to communicate, or they're just reserved. And it's like, dude, you don't have no soul. There's nothing, like, where is it? You know?
It even crosses over into like live music because
Exactly.
I have a friend who went and saw Billy Idol last summer, and she doesn't go to a lot of shows, but she was like, he had so much more stage presence that artists nowadays just don't even think about. They just don't have it anymore. And of course, me being the nerd, I'm like, okay, well, check these artists out because they do. And but she's right. On a large scale, she's right. And
She's 100% right.
especially in the age of AI. And,
Oh, man.
dude.
Like, and that's the thing, like, people, like I said earlier, people are paying their hard-earned money. Some people, to even go to one show, have to work a few weeks, you know, to be able to save that kind of money, whether it be meet and greet or just fucking tickets, because concert tickets are even expensive, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, they want to see a show. They don't want to see you just like singing your song. Like, give them something to love outside of the music. You know what I'm saying? The music is what brought them here, but like, I feel like that performance is what keeps them, you know, coming.
Absolutely. Especially my cliche, I'm always like, oh, this in this economy?
Yeah.
But like, it's true because not even counting tickets, like traveling, hotels, it's like it all adds up super fast. And I'm lucky to go to a lot of the shows, but there's also a lot that I don't get to see because I have to pick and choose. And it's like, man, I remember back looking at old ticket stubs. It was $5 a ticket in the 80s. I'm like, I can't imagine.
Those were the days, right? And it sucks for artists too, because it's like, well, artists that care. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want my fans paying fucking thousands of dollars just to see me.
From the nosebleeds.
And then, yeah, from as far back as fucking possible.
Speaking of things outside of the music, you had a lot of really crazy music videos for this album cycle, and I'm really curious which one was your favorite to shoot.
I'm like real big on visuals,
Mm-hmm.
and so is my brother. Like, it's just always been our thing. Like, I feel like people just make music videos, but there's nothing to them.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let me stand in front of this semi truck. It looks cool, and that's gonna be the video. That's it. And it's like, there's no treatment. There's nothing to it. So like, I'm like, dude, if we're gonna roll out something new, let's go balls deep and literally like get creative, you know. And like I said, that's something my brother is really good at, especially with treatments, like, and just putting the thoughts to where they're achievable, but like make more sense.
Yeah.
Some of my thoughts, he'll look at me and be like, dude, we're not gonna be able to do that. Like, so like, no, you know. But we
With
pulled
what
off
money?
some shit. Yeah, like, you can't fall skydive from the, you know. But I think Early Bird was super fun because we did that whole music video in one take.
That was awesome.
One take. I think it was a total of 45 seconds total, that whole take or something.
Yeah, because it's slow-mo.
And then they slowed it down and stretched it out for the whole duration. And that was cool because we had a full like crew. It was like we were on a movie set. You had like you had to rehearse during the day before we even shot the full scene, before all the extras got there. We had a safety meeting because we were using a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
That was new for me, but it was cool because like we pulled it off so fast. And then I think the other one that was super cool was Beauty and the Boogeyman, because we shot that video in Columbus, Ohio, where I'm from, at our biggest haunted house in the city. And like I've been going to this haunted house since I was a child.
Wow.
And so again, full circle moment. This album is just full of fucking full circle moments. They my brother and them got in touch, and we were able to shoot there, and they opened it up for us and let us be there for real however long we wanted and get it done. And it was just cool, man. It was a great experience. Again, that full circle stuff, I live for that.
Yeah. I was going to ask, like, getting to check so many things off the bucket list or have those moments with this album cycle, does it kind of make you nervous going into the next one of thinking, how am I going to top this? Just the experience of making it, let alone the reception of it.
I do that a lot. I'm like, because we do so much cool shit, and I'm like, damn, how do we top this? We have to top this. And I think before I did this rock album, I was just chasing that time when I went viral for the first time and trying to make that happen again. I was so worried about, damn, like, it doesn't feel like that. It don't feel like that time. And now I'm kind of like not doing that. I'm not allowing myself to do that, to have any expectations, or I just want to do stuff that makes me happy and let all that other shit fall into place. Because when I first popped off and went viral, that's what we were doing. It was just, however the cards fall, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no expectations. I mean, we're going to continue to do cool shit, and people are either going to like it or they're fucking not. For real.
Leave them in the dust.
Yeah, like, okay, well, we're still going. So
You're definitely on a great trajectory, just going off of last year and how big that was for you. And now you got this tour. God knows what you got planned for the rest of this year. Is there anything that you can say or anything that you can tease for the rest of this year?
let's put it this way. I've never been booked for any like major like festival ever in like my decade-long career.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some big festivals coming up. I don't want to say because there are rules that we're not allowed to announce these things, but you know, there's some big shows coming up.
Probably next week.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But yeah, when's this interview be short?
I can
yeah.
delay it.
Yeah. No, we got some cool shows coming up, as well as you can be expecting a headline run as well. We're currently booking for that too. So this is going to be a year of on the road doing shows. We already spent the year making the album, promoting it. Now we're going to get out here. I like to get my feet dirty. So now we're going to like really promote the album, like face to face, you know.
The old school way.
That's the way to do it, man. The phone is a blessing because you can reach people that aren't close.
Yeah.
But when you're able to meet people firsthand, shake their hand, and they can feel your energy,
Yeah.
that will live with them forever than a post. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's how I feel. That's how it's always happened with me when I've met people. You know, it could either be a good thing or they could be a shitty person and you might not never fuck with them again.
Amen to that. No, I feel the exact same way because I think about that a lot just with the interviews that I do, because the first time we talked, it was over Zoom, and that was a fantastic experience. But the whole time I'm driving here, I was so excited because like I love getting to do Zoom interviews because it gets me the chance to talk to people from all over the world. But when I have an opportunity like this to actually talk to you face to face, that's just so much more gratifying and so much more fun. And plus, you don't have to deal with the delays on Zoom and all that other shit.
Yeah, all the bullshit. But we do have to deal with crooked RVs because we couldn't level this motherfucker out. So if y'all don't notice, we're like at an angle right now. We're sitting sideways, boys, in a daze.
We'll
right
fix
now.
it in post. One thing that we kind of talked about in the first interview was don't wear the shirt of a band if you don't know who they are. And that's something that we both agree on. Now, I'm really curious what your stance is on this topic of discourse, which is wearing the shirt of the band you're seeing. Because I don't know if you know, I kind of broke a rule to some people. What's
It
your
doesn't
opinion?
bother me.
Me neither.
I feel like if you actually listen to the band, who gives a fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, I should be allowed to wear what the fuck I like. Why is that even who made that up?
I have no idea.
You're literally going to see that person perform. Why wouldn't you want to rep them?
Exactly.
I mean,
like,
fuck.
I think it's like, oh, you don't want to look like a poser.
Poser. I mean,
I don't care.
I think that's dumb. They need to change the rule. Whoever fucking invented that, erase it because it's the dumbass rule. Fuck that rule.
I'm glad we agree on that one, too.
Fuck that rule.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, I know for a fact that I could talk to you for so much longer, but I don't want to take too much of your time on camera. Was there any closing message to any Doobie fans watching this?
If you've supported me from the beginning to now, you are so loved and appreciated. And if you have just recently discovered who I am, again, you are so loved and appreciated. And hopefully you guys stick around to see what's to come, because we're not fucking slowing down. So, yeah, stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much for the time again.
My dog.
It's great to see you. I can't wait to see your set, and hope you come back sometime.
I will, most definitely.
And to everybody who watched this, thank you for watching. And until the next interview, stay tuned, stay scared, and I'll catch you later.